Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in to the MSP webinar today. Happy December. Next week is Christmas. Typically, this webinar is actually like next week, but of course, no one's going to come on Christmas. But I hope everyone's having a great December, excited for the holidays, wherever you are, all around the world. We're going to get started here in a few minutes, but I want to make sure that there's some time for people to come in, give them a few more minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Charise Bennet. I'm also an alumna of this program. I graduated in May 2023, and now I work for the university talking about the program that I completed. Michelle, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi there, I'm Michelle Robbins. I'm one of the admissions advisors over here at DMU. I've been with DMU for a while, but only with this program just recently. Anyway, welcome everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. In the meantime, I would love to know where you live, occupation, what's your interest in psychology. Psychology is applicable in really in any career, and anything that you do. So I love to hear all the different backgrounds that everyone has. It's really, really fun to hear. So, hello, Carol. Good to hear from you. Thank you so much for saying hi. Thanks for coming in. Australia.
Ooh,
Whoa,
nice.
gosh, what time is it over there? It's probably like a 12-hour difference almost. Crazy. Love it. Yeah, there was actually one other student in my cohort, I think, that was also from Australia. I don't know why I say it that way, Australia. But there's one professor that actually teaches a core course, and Dr. Sadeo, he's actually in Australia as well. So all of our grades were like 12 hours off. So welcome, Carol. Thanks so much for coming in. Any of the other ones in the chat room would love to know more about where you live, occupation, and why psychology. Yes. And I hate to say it, but I'm very addicted to Bluey right now. So it's such a good show.
Nice.
I'm interested in psychology because I would like to understand more of the mind, the psyche. Oh, absolutely. We do have a lot of priests and sisters in the program as well. It's really great for them. So one of my backgrounds is that I was in ministry when I was taking this course. So I just wanted to better my ministry. I was a sacraments coordinator. I did baptism, first communion, confirmation, um, and I also assisted with RCIA for children as well. So I just wanted to better my communication as well as understand when families come to me and they need help. I just want that's why I took this course. Fertility care practitioner. Oh yes. Like Thomas. Okay, every time I read the Summa, I want to cry. And then I have to go to my best friend who is a Thomist at heart and have her explain it to me in layman's terms. So I totally understand the love of St. Thomas. Just can't understand the dude. Also, I have worked with people in home care. There's not much positive. Oh, absolutely. Actually, you'll learn a lot about positive psychology in the course. We do a lot of Seligman's stuff, character strengths, flourishing. So you'll hear a lot about positive psychology. Hi, Father Benedict. We talked, I think, a week or so ago. It's good to hear from you. Let's see, anybody else? Oh, there's a lot more people in chat now. Yes. Hello, everyone. We're just gonna get started here in like a minute or so. Just wanted to give everyone some time to come in. If you have time, please go ahead and write where you live, occupation, why psychology. I'd love to know more about everyone here in the webinar. I don't want this just to be a place where we spout off information. Um, this program is fairly social as well, despite the fact that it's 100% online. Um, we like to meet everyone from all over the world and all backgrounds of life. So take another minute here to write down where you live, what's your occupation, why psychology. Psychology is a very pro-social degree program as well. So it's great to meet other people from all over the world. Thanks so much for coming to develop critical thinking. Absolutely. That's really great. You'll definitely learn that here. Okay. Well, hopefully people are still writing, but it's 5:35 and we don't want to waste anyone's time. So we'll go ahead and get started with the webinar. And I'm going to hand it over to my friend Michelle. Before I say, hi, Kim. Good to meet you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Okay,
Okay,
hello and welcome everybody. So, you threw me for a loop there. Okay.
you can do it.
I'm fairly new in this program, so just I want to put that out there. Um, Charise is very, very integrated with this program because she actually went through it, which that's my hope to start the program myself. I'm very excited about this program. But we'll just point out a couple of things to you. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Charisse, are we on the first page?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Just a splash page. Yeah. You want me to
okay.
go ahead?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, no problem.
Oh, okay. That's me
Yeah,
again. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, sorry. I'll get it together, I promise. You're in live time. This is
Mm-hmm.
live here. Okay, so we won't go through every single thing, but we will talk about some of the things here on this slide that are interesting. We'll point out, first of all, that we were established in 1999, and we are coming up on our 25th anniversary, so we're super excited about that. Um, let's see, we can talk about the fact that we are accredited because that's important with SACS COC. So that is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. So basically, it just means that we meet their high standards and we offer both master's and doctoral degrees. We have agreements. One of them is with Chev, and that they approve our programs in Virginia, where our campus is located. And additionally, we're part of the NC SARA, and that is important because it allows us to offer our programs across state lines without needing separate agreements or approvals from each state. So it makes learning much easier all over the country. So those are just a couple things I'll point out. Did you have anything to add to that, Charisse?
Yeah, so Divine Mercy was founded in 1999 in December, like literally like around Christmas time. So we are coming up with our 25th anniversary of the school, which I really love. And really, the main reason why this program was created was because we just offer a different kind of psychology here at DMU. It was founded by a group of psychologists who just didn't want to do the what are your symptoms? Here's your treatment plan, your medication, and bye. It was a little bit cold-hearted, and psychology inherently in itself is not cold-hearted at all. We want everyone to be flourishing. We want everyone to heal, and you don't have to be, of course, a counselor to help others heal. Everyone in their own
Mm.
way can be a leader, can be a healer in faith wherever they are and whatever they do. So we wanted to make psychology, of course, a lot more accessible to everyone. So that's why Divine Mercy was founded, and we're still here today, 25 years later. That's it.
Okay. Oh, are you going to take this one, Charisse?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So a couple of things here that are interesting. Probably what drew you to us in the first place is that we are 100% online. All of the classes on your schedule, everything, your books, your materials, everything is online, so easily accessible at any point. Also, the other thing, and mostly that makes us most special is that we integrate psychology with the Catholic Christian understanding, and it offers a unique focus on the whole person. It's about combining the mind and spirit to foster healing. Um, so that's probably the thing that drew you to us as well. The small student faculty ratio is important as well because you'll get very close with your cohort and your professors. And this is by design. We do keep our classes smaller, but you'll have much better communication, more one-on-one. You'll receive a lot more feedback than you typically would in a traditional um, psychology class or um, uh, school. Let's see. Did I miss anything, Charise?
No, you did great. You're doing a great job.
This is my
So,
first webinar, so I'm really sorry. I'm a little nervous, even though I can't see all of your faces. I imagine you there, so I apologize if I'm
yeah,
not as eloquent as Charise.
she's doing a great job, everyone. I'm going to encourage her. So, a couple of things again about DMU. Again, we are built actually on a Catholic Christian anthropology. We have a book called The Catholic Christian Meta Model of the Person, where you learn how to view each person philosophically, theologically, and psychologically. Um, Physical, mental, and spiritual well-being are all components to a person's healing. And it's just a wonderful book. You can actually go on Amazon, you can buy it. The first chapter is available on the website. Um, and that's a really neat reading if you want to. It's very accessible to someone who, for me, who's not like too heavy on reading or can't or English is a second language. It's a wonderful book. And then I was really fascinated by the individualized feedback. Because honestly, as I think as an undergrad, the most feedback I received from a professor was my grade. So it's nice
Mhm.
that every week my professors are looking at what I'm doing, if I'm progressing, and making sure that I have adequate feedback so I can improve or maybe better my understanding of what we're learning. So it's nice that the professors are a lot more social in that way and a lot more responsive.
Mhm.
See, look, Michelle, everyone's happy. Christina says you're doing great.
Thank you.
Guardian angels in there. So, all good. You're doing great. Keep going.
Okay, so the benefits of this program. First of all, you will gain a deeper understanding of yourself and others, either personally or in your professional or your ministry. Um, all of these wonderful things. You foster personal and professional growth. I just said that. Provide innovative solutions to problems using psychological insights. You will build skills to work
Hmm.
effectively with diverse individuals in a changing world, ever changing world. You'll develop strong communication and interpersonal connection skills, and that's definitely very important. You'll, a lot of people that are in this program work with a lot of diverse groups of people. And I'd have to say the one thing about this program is that you truly will learn how to work with young people and older people and different diverse situations that you'll come across. I can also say that there are three goals for the MSP. The first one is understanding yourself and others, and we refer to that as psychological literacy. The second is personal and professional development. And the third are skills to promote flourishing. And it was told to me that you don't have to wait to graduate until you can utilize all of these things that you're learning in class. Everything is right away. You'll be using it with your family, with your friends. So it's kind of cool. You'll learn as you go, and I can't wait to take my first class. Cherise?
Great job. Great job. Um, so I wanted you to understand that a key component of the program is really flourishing. It's not just helping other people flourish, but helping yourself flourish as well. Because at the end of the day, we can't help other people flourish if we ourselves are not flourishing or understand the concept of flourishing. And you can use this concept of flourishing in whatever it is that you do, whether you are a teacher, a person in finance, priest, sister, or even a stay-at-home mom. We have all gamuts of backgrounds in our program, and that's why this program is really great and can be applicable in many situations. Um, I think that's it. Good job, Michelle. One more. You got this.
Okay, foundational knowledge through core classes. This is actually my favorite slide because um, the classes are so interesting. If you go online, definitely take a peek and read about the descriptions of them. This is just a very quick recap, but um, you will have, when I said about learning different things about how people grow and change from birth to old age, that is your human growth and development across the lifespan. The cognition, emotion, and motivation would be a favorite for sure, because that one looks at how we think and how we feel and what drives us to act. So, no matter where you're coming from, that's going to be a really good one. I think there's something for everybody. I know we always point out the statistical analysis for psychology and the social science. The reason we point that one out is because people like me that see that word statistical analysis freak us out a little bit. I'm told that this class doesn't actually have statistics. You're not doing any math, but it is basically showing you how to read the statistics.
Mhm.
Um, is that correct,
A
Charisse?
little math, a little.
A
Like,
little
I
math?
think in the beginning, it's like, can you calculate the average of data? Simpler math, but
Okay.
as you go continue in the class, you will learn a computer program that it's common to use with research psychology, and it's very easy to use.
So they're,
Eventually, the program will do all the math for you.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
They're
very nice.
analyzing the research basically
Yes,
then. Okay.
yes,
All right. That's the class that would definitely freak me out. But
you can do.
these are, yeah, the social psychology groups and diversity. There's where you're going to examine how people interact, form groups, and respond to diversity and social influences. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. And these are, I should say, these are the 8 foundation courses. So it doesn't matter if you're taking leadership as a concentration or you're looking at marriage and family. These are the 8 core classes. And what differentiates them from one another are the electives. And I believe Charisse is going to be talking about
Yeah,
that.
I will be talking about that. I'm so excited. Um, yeah, so these are all core courses. So everyone's gonna have to suffer through these. It's going to be fine. Everyone works together to get through it. And honestly, everyone has like tends to have a favorite class. Honestly, mine was developmental psychology, which is just the
Mm,
second course already. And it's you go through each age group from like newborns to elderhood and go through what they're going through physically, cognitively, spiritually, emotionally. It's so amazing that it helped me in my ministry whenever I had parents coming up to me, kids coming up to me, teenagers, or even grandparents who are, babysitting their kids. Like I had such a great time with this class, and it opened my mind to just a love of psychology.
mm.
But as Michelle said, those were the 8 core courses because we have 11 courses in total in this Master's in Psychology program, and we have specific concentration. So if you can take just a minute to to even list what concentrations you're interested in, I definitely want to make sure I focus on those while we're here because each concentration definitely focuses on a specific area of psychology, right? And I don't know, I love pointing this out every single time, but I'm like right here in the middle. Yes. So just in case, if it is 100% online,
Are
but
you
you
the one
can
raising
go
your
and
hands, or which one
exactly.
are you?
I'm in the middle. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm right here in the middle with my hand up high. But you can go and graduate. You can go walk. And I insisted. I spent my time and efforts into getting a master's. I wanted to walk. So you are able to walk, and you'll also be there with other graduates of the programs as well at DMU. So go ahead and write what you're interested in here. Would love to know more
And it
about
is a
you.
beautiful graduation, I should say. I
It
go
is.
every year I've attended, and
It's
lots of
very pretty.
tears, lots of proud people.
Yes, very muchly so. A lot of it's very pretty, and DMU
Hmm.
does a really great job with the receptions and program things as well. Pre-PhD in humans. Okay, great.
Oh, well,
Awesome.
Charise
Let's
will
do this.
definitely have a lot to say about that one. You should know that now, remind me if I'm wrong, is it 2 or 3 weeks in, you do not have to, or 2 to 3 classes in, that you don't have to choose what your concentration
I
is.
I
So
think it's
if
around
you,
the second class where you
the
can choose
second
a
class,
concentration. I think
okay.
so.
Yeah, so
Um,
if you are torn, you do have time. You'll talk to your cohort. Um, you'll
Academic
get
advisor as well.
advice. Yeah, and your academic advisor. You'll get a lot of advice, and you'll hear what other people are doing, and that might influence what you would like to do.
Yes, awesome. What is human service self-design, please? Yes, I will go over all of that. And just so you know, I actually did self-design, and I will go over what that is. But I'm actually back now doing the pre-PhD track. So the concentrations are actually meant to supplement, you do need to choose a concentration to get a full degree, but you can always come back and do another concentration if you wanted to. It was built that way. So I'm now doing the pre-PhD track, and I will explain that when I get there. Oh, we had some Q&As in here. Most interested in PhD in human services. Thank you. And Leslie Bennett, we share the last name. Awesome. Better career opportunities with this program. Yes, we will go over that for sure. So this is the first um, concentration, marriage and family track. We prepare students to encourage couples and families towards flourishing in a variety of settings, such as marriage prep, marriage enrichment, relationship education programs, training mentor couples, etc. So this is really good if you want to work with engaged couples, married couples, even divorced couples. Of course, this is a really great way to understand how marriage and family works. Because these are the three electives for this track, and that first one is actually another theology course, Catholic Christian marriage and human sexuality, and then the bottom two are psychology courses, marriage and family interventions, as well as systems theory. I feel real bad. I can never remember which course it is that you actually are trained to become a marriage prep facilitator. But this is, again, really great for those who want to work with families. Okay. And I think she's still on the front page of the Divine Mercy website, Emily Leadham. She was actually a director of marriage and family in her diocese in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm so bad. Anyway, she was a director of marriage and family in her diocese and now runs her own clinic. She actually has, I think she has some graduates of the counseling program that she has in her clinic, and she just runs the clinic. So very amazing. So really good if you want to be a coordinator or be a part of like family service organizations, director of early childhood education programs. So again, this is really great for those who want to work with families and married couples. So this is the human services track, a little bit more on the counseling side. This concentration is intended for students who want to work in settings that focus on meeting human needs and promoting flourishing, like more in a one-on-one setting. I actually took two of these courses. I took relationship intervention skills and group counseling, and I'm kind of bummed. I heard the personality course was amazing, and I kind of regret it. I might actually go back and take it for fun. Um, But these were really great courses if you want to work with people more one-on-one, right? So good career opportunities for this particular track, or if you want to be a human services professional, not licensed counselors, grief and loss counselor, those who, I know I met someone who was working with those who have immigrated into the US, trying to get them to help them um, be more assimilated here in the US. There's so many places that you can use these kinds of classes. So personally, I don't know, Michelle still finds it hard to believe, but I'm not very good at talking to people. So
What?
when I that's the reason why I took some of these courses. Was before I took this master's program, I did not know how to talk to people. I was actually an engineer by trade. And for those science focused people, for me, A plus B equals C, right? Just tell me what you want and I go solve it. I'm a problem solver. But that's not what people want, nor is that what people need. A lot of people just want someone to listen to them, to encourage them, support them, be with them, accompany them. They A lot of people don't can't, you know, I'm when people were coming to me in ministry, they weren't asking me to solve their problem. They were looking for someone with empathy, someone who understands their situation, someone who can help them. So these were really great courses for that kind of one-on-one communication work. And we have our third track here called leadership, trains individuals who are responsible for leading people, programs, and organizations. Believe it or not, we do actually have, usually, sometimes we have some VPs or finance or human resources people in our program that just really want to better their communications people, but also know how to lead people as well. Because this is a great track for those who want to become a leader and know and want to create leaders as well. Okay, so these are the three electives for this track: transformational leadership, leading people, programs, organizations, and applied leadership skills. So again, really good for those who want to be a leader, want to be a better leader, want to create leaders as well. Know what kind of leader you are. So human resources, executive and nonprofits, to become, I've seen people who actually use this track to move up promotionally, like in the educational or ministry setting. One of my friends actually became a career coach. Really good things that you can do with this track. Okay. And I mentioned earlier that there was a self design. And basically, it means that you can really choose your electives. Okay. So you can choose three electives here. This first row is marriage and family, the second row is leadership, and the third row is the human services track. So really, if you want to choose the electives you want to, mold it better to what you need in your program or in the work that you do, this is really good for you. Okay. So for example, I did relationship intervention skills, transformational leadership, and group counseling. Okay, because I was actually leading a lot of small groups at my parish, and I just wanted to learn more about how to lead small groups. So again, you can really tailor this to what you want. So really good for those in ministry. Okay, leaders in ministry really tailor the program to how you want it. So this is a really good flexible track. For those who are hardcore researchers or want to be a hardcore researcher, this is your pre-PhD track. This concentration is designed for individuals seeking careers in research-related fields or wanting to pursue doctoral level studies. So I don't know if you know this yet or if you've seen it on our website, but we are developing a PhD in psychology that will follow the MSP program, this master's program. So if you do end up deciding to go into the PhD track, this pre-PhD track is awesome. Okay, because all 33 credits will be able to transfer over into your PhD program, and you'd only have 60 credits left to complete. Okay, so this particular track will culminate in a thesis. So you will have to come up with a research topic, defend your proposal, get it approved through the ethics board, do the research, and then do a final defense. Because psychological research does require data collection, does require some kind of idea towards like behavioral or mental illness, or something in the psychology realm, not just a theological one, for example, or a philosophical one. So it does have to have some kind of psychological topic, and you can finish this in in 6 consecutive terms. So there's this one credit course, Sci 620, that you have to use for 6 terms, okay, in total. So this is really good. Like, let's say if you want to teach psychology in the future, if you want to become a research assistant, data analyst, do some kind of work in the higher education level, this is a really good track for you. And you can really focus on the research topic that you want. So, for example, mine is more focused on discernment, vocation, and character strengths. Um, I thought to myself when I was in college that I wish I had discerned my major a bit more. I wish I had known a little bit more what to do because honestly, I only went to engineering because I was good at calculus and math, and that was not enough discernment because now I'm doing psychology. So, um, so I wanted to do a thesis topic on what character strengths can we intervene with college students and what's their sense of calling as well as the impact on their mental health. So that's my thesis. But again, you can really choose the kind of thesis topic that you want. We have really great topics right now. There was one on church hurt and religious identity. There was one on religiosity and pornography use. A lot of great topics out there. And if you're interested in that, you can always email me and we can talk about what potential topics that you're interested in. Okay. Last but not least, the bioethics track. So this is a slightly different track for those who are interested in it. So I said you get 3 classes, then 3 electives, but the electives for the bioethics track is through the National Catholic Bioethics Center right here, NCBC. And through that organization, you're going to take 4 modules here down here in the corner. So this is really good for those who are constantly, encountering ethical situations in healthcare and just really want to understand what how to make good choices in that sense, whether in the beginning of life, research, vaccines, or end of life. There's a really great module for that. And if you just want the certificate in bioethics, that is a possibility as well. So you would take 3 core courses, 1 academic writing course, and then the electives to complete that certificate. So we have a lot of options here at DMU. So I think Leslie was asking for career opportunities. This is a great slide. If you want this slide, I can always forward this to you. Okay. So those in social mental health positions, this is a great list for that. Those who want to do more organizational, corporate company work, nonprofit work. You can also do work in government or law enforcement. Actually, having a master's in psychology, I've heard can actually bring you up a pay grade if you end up working for the government. Those in ministry appear in the top right, and then education. Okay. So do keep in mind here that this particular master's in psychology is a lot more broad in application. Okay. You can really do a lot more with it. Um, and you can really move up in the world as well with just a master's in psychology. It's a really good thing to have in your resume and looks really good for, future prospects. So, learning style. I don't know how many of you have done online learning before, but this is a 100% online course. So it is through a learning management platform called Canvas. It's fairly easy. It's fairly intuitive. You have modules every week. There are weekly due dates. And you really have the ability to work anytime, anywhere. So I remember even logging into Canvas on my phone while I was on a cruise, and I was still able to see like what homeworks were coming up next, and I was able to see what quizzes were coming up. So there was really continuous access to the online platform. And there's many different ways to learn. All of the videos are pre-recorded, so you can really work on your own time throughout the week. Now, again, there are weekly due dates. So as long as you're able to meet the weekly classwork, you can really learn anywhere, anytime during that week. The majority of the work is paper writing. So I don't know how y'all feel about paper writing, but as an engineer, I had maybe 1 writing class in my life, but I made it through. So it is possible. Okay. There's a lot of student resources and writing resources for every student. There's 24/7 tutors, 24/7 librarians. I mean, you have the opportunity to really be supported here at DMU, even if writing is not your strong suit. And again, that weekly individualized feedback from the professor. So we do APA style writing, and that's part of the and that's just part of the psychology realm. Everyone writes APA style, but don't worry, there's plenty of time to get used to APA style writing. Substance abuse counseling. Okay, thank you, Val, for that. And how many hours a week is good to invest in a good learning experience? Very good question, Carol. So, Michelle mentioned it earlier. There's two ways to complete the program, and she'll explain that. There's a 16-month track and a 26-month track. Basically, it equates to two classes at a time or one class at a time. So if you each class, I would say averages about 10 to 15 hours a week, which was what I did. I only took one class at a time, and it was just right. I was a full-time worker, and I don't know for those who have done ministry before, but it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's more like weekends and evenings whenever you can meet people. So just one class at a time was perfect for full-time workers, or if you have a family situation that requires more of your attention. But if you do have the ability to work, two classes at a time, that's about 30 hours a week of work. You can finish in just 16 months, which is just over a year. Okay. Hopefully I answered your question, Carol. Okay. So if you are interested in the admissions process, Michelle will enlighten you on this.
All right, so let's start with a lot of these things are standard. Um, Bachelor's degree, you need a bachelor's degree from an accredited university. Um, Also, you must have a 2.5 GPA. Now, that's standard. If you want to be competitive, you want at least a 2.75 GPA. I'm going to come back to the two letters of recommendation,
Okay.
and there's a reason for it. The resume, you need a good resume, and the written statement of intent is basically um, a 500 word, a one-page statement of how you came to this program, your intent with this program, with the master's degree, what you want to do with it. You know what? Can you articulate that a little better? It's just I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
want to mislead with
Sure.
that.
So think about it this way. Your personal statement is your best time to show who you are. So
Yeah.
write about a page, half a page to a page about who you are, what you're looking at, and what you intend to do with the program.
Kind of like it's akin to the cover sheet on a resume. You
Almost.
know,
Yeah.
here's your opportunity to speak about who you are and exactly what Charise had said.
Hmm.
Okay, and I'm going to come back to the two letters of recommendation because it says two letters of recommendation. I like to look at it as two recommendation requests. The letters of recommendation sound a little scarier, but really, this is you want to line up 3 to 4, maybe even 5 to 6 people instead of two. And here's why. This is the spot in the application where applicants are truly at a stop. They're at a standstill because maybe their recommenders are away on vacation or they don't check their email. And so you'll be waiting on them to do that letter of recommendation or a recommendation request. Um, it's not a letter, although there are places as you move through your, let me back up a little bit, going ahead of myself here. So as you move through your application, you'll come to this point and it'll ask for two. Like I said, you want to have a little bit more so that you don't get tripped up here, but it'll have a hyperlink. So you'll copy that and then you'll send it to the people of your choice. And it's just simple process for them. There are places for them to write some thoughts out, but it is not like a letter. So I'll say that. You can ask your professor, teacher, supervisor, managers, your pastor or your priest, and they're basically people that know you well, that can speak to your character and your abilities, your potential for growth, all of these things, all the wonderful things to make sure they're good people. And if we happen to get all six, five or six, four, five or six of those letters in, we'll take the best two and upload that into your record. Um, did anybody have any questions regarding this part of the process? Probably not. I
Yeah.
think it's
If
pretty
you count
standard.
it, it's kind of just like five things, like transcripts, resume, personal
Mm,
statement, and two recommenders. So not a lot of admissions process. So you can actually get this done in a week or two. Transcripts now can be sent via email, which they can send it over to us in an hour. Very easy. Okay. But I do want to mention the TOEFL IELTS.
mm,
If you are not a native English speaker or from a native English speaking country, we do request TOEFL. And the reason for that is, again, this program is paper writing heavy. Now you might be a very good English speaker, but we also need to write English. So that's the main reason for the TOEFL, is to see your writing ability. And we want to make sure that you can flourish in the program. So if you are not a native English speaker, you would have to take the TOEFL. Okay.
mm-hmm. And sorry, forgot to mention the mandatory virtual orientation,
Mhm.
which would be fun. I would think that's fun.
It's nice to meet other people too,
Yeah.
honestly. So
All right. So here's what everybody really wants to get to, the nitty-gritty. So is it affordable? Yes, it really is. We have the standard ways of paying for your education, and because we're accredited, we do have the grants, the federal grants. Let's see. We have if you're working, you might want to ask about tuition assistance, not tuition assistance, tuition reimbursement. That's something that you're going to want to check on. Most employers do offer that. Another option is if you're part of a parish or a diocese, then you have things available to you um, extra. So you definitely want to check with that. I have a list of um, things that are available if you belong to a parish or a diocese. So you can all reach out to me if you'd like. I'll put my email in the chat, or Charise, either one of us, and we can send that to you. DMU has our own scholarships and grants, and there's a lot of them. Um, it's definitely very doable. We do have cash plans as well, and they are interest free. So it's kind of like when you go and you buy a new car and you set up your payment, only when you drive your degree off of the lot, so to speak, it's not going to depreciate. So that's a good thing. Um, so let's see, did I miss anything? We are a yellow ribbon school, and we do support VA, the VA
mhm.
benefits. I think, did I catch it all? I do know there
Okay.
are a lot of financial aid. When you go through your process, you'll have a one-on-one meeting with the financial aid department representative, and they'll walk you through this as well. There is a place, I don't know if you've seen on the internet, on the website, and it has the net calculator, so you can actually see what your costs would kind of estimate at, just to help you. Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
putting that in there, Charisse.
Yeah. Val said, I belong to the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. I'm interested in knowing more information. Perfect. So one of the
Yeah.
things that I actually encourage everyone to do if you are part of a diocese is to actually check the diocesan website for financial aid. Like some people don't even know that a website exists for their diocese, but most dioceses already have a website. Look what nonprofits there are, what's in your area. Definitely look that up. Now the cash plans I think was a really great draw because you have to pay your tuition for each semester.
Hmm.
So if you have a spring, summer, and fall, you pay before the semester starts, but you can actually set up a cash plan where it's more divvied up every month. So if you're in the spring, you can take 2 to 3 months to pay back that tuition interest free through DMU, which I think is really, really wonderful, really helpful. Didn't hit the wallet quite as hard. So definitely something to sign up for.
Okay. So here is the nitty-gritty, the tuition and the fees. Um, Basically, you are looking at a 33 credit hour class. So it consists of 11 courses. Your tuition, the entirety of that is part of that is a technology fee that's tacked on per class, and that covers things like online platform access and tech support. We also have the residency fee. Yes, you have a residency. It is during the seventh week of your program. It's a Friday and Saturday. It's just 2 days, and it's pretty much the entire day. And you'll get more information on that. But I've heard it's wonderful. I actually want to sit in on one of these. You get to meet with uh, your your group of people, your class, and also your professors. So it's a really lovely time. And so there's the residency fee. Did I miss anything, Charisse?
Yeah, no, you did a great
We'll
job.
talk
So,
about the 16-month versus
yes.
the 26-month because there is a difference with that.
Mhm. Yes,
And
876 per credit. Now I know that the amount looks scary here, but DMU actually does a really good job in trying to find a scholarship and a or grant for every student. Now this is like the most anyone will ever pay, but no one actually ever pays this huge amount. Again, we have that financial aid representative that will reach out to you
mhm.
in the process of your admissions that will work with you one on one to find the best financial plan. And think about it as well as divide up per month, like divide it by the number of months that you want to do, either the 16 month or the 26 month, right? So
Mhm.
you don't even have to pay all this, of course, out of pocket. Honestly, what I did was I did a third scholarship, a third out of pocket, and a third student loans. I came out with I think 8,000 in student loans, which actually wasn't bad, right? So think about it more long term. Think about something that you can, give up just a couple days a week. And that money does add up fairly quickly. So again, we will have a financial aid representative that will help you find the best financial plan for you.
All right. Now, Sharice already mentioned this, the two tracks that we have available. I refer to them as the speedy race course and then the scenic route. So the 16-month, if you think about it, just over a year, you could be finished with your degree and get on with things. Um, the other bonus to that is that your tuition is uh, reduced. So you can see there, you get a slight reduction. The 26-month, again, either one of these, whichever one you're looking at, it just depends on how much time you can devote to your schoolwork and your classes. And that's totally up to you. If you want to take your time and take one class at a time and savor savor that and let it marinate, and you do the 26-month and you'll be finished in just over 2 years. So that really is based on how you how much time you want to devote to your classes. Right, Charisse?
Yes.
Oh, me again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, she's springing them on me here.
You can do
All
it.
right. So basically, we want you to be able to look at these four questions and really kind of assess, you know, where you are and how you're feeling. Um, if you can answer honestly yes to each one of these, then why not move forward? And why not, you know, make this your New Year's resolution or, just to get into it. Honestly, um, you would want to ask yourself, like, how's it going to feel when you finish, you know? When you have this degree and you have this goal in your mind, and, I think Charisse can say it better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Honestly, the whole point of the master's in psychology program is that you discern really if this is the right path for you. And then these are 4 questions that can help you discern whether or not this is the right program for you. Will it help you attain your goals? Think about your future. What are you thinking about 1, 2, 3 years from now? What do you see yourself doing? You see yourself doing and going to another career path, helping people in a different way. Like this is a really great program for that. Remember how applicable and diverse and flexible this program is. Does it fit your schedule, right? It is fairly flexible, but are you willing to devote the time to complete the paper writing, the quizzes? Really think about that. Do the financial options help? I mean, we are also here to help you on the side. If you have any other questions about financial aid, you can always talk to me or Michelle. I'm happy to help you out with that. Because again, we do try our best to find a scholarship or a grant for every student, some kind of tuition assistance. So we can answer more about that later. And really, can you commit to the successful completion of the program if accepted? We do want you to complete the program, right? And we don't want to see you struggle. We do have disability services, writing resources, student services that will help you and assist you throughout your program. You can always ask them. Yes, we do have accommodations for those who request it. So we just have all these options in our program that I think everyone can really benefit from that. Okay. Um, that being said, are there any other questions while we're here?
It was asked about, Amelia was asking about the LPC certification.
Okay, the
So,
LPC
mhm.
certification, you cannot complete an LPC certification in 16 months. An LPC certification requires 60 graduate plus hours as well as 700 clinical hours. Our program only offers, half of those courses, so this is not one for licensure. This is really for those who want to help people outside of the clinical realm. If you're looking for an LPC program, you're going to look, I highly recommend you find a KCREP accredited program. While we do have one here at DMU, we have a master's in counseling program if you want to be a counselor. It is, we can forward your information happily to the other admissions advisor that does the master's in counseling program. So if you are outside of the US, however, we have had students that use this program to become a counselor in another country. So the US is fairly strict on who can become a therapist, who can become a counselor, but we've had other students in Africa, in Asia, complete this program and become counselors in their country. We just don't offer the practicum part. Think about it, we are 100% online, so it's just not practical in that way. Any other questions while we're here? I mean, feel free to leave a note. Um, this is actually technically the end of the webinar, so we're just going to hang around for a few more minutes. If there are any other questions, feel free to reach out. But thank you so much for coming in. It's great to have some interfacing on chat as well. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Carol, Father Jack, Amelia, all those who, or Val, whoever asked. Um, definitely write. Oh, raised your Ishrat, Saba, if you can write your question on chat or write it in the Q&A, we can definitely help you. And I'm going to give a big round to Michelle. I know that y'all are here, but she did a great job for her first webinar.
You guys are gracious.
Can I still pursue PhD if I take the human services? Yes, you can. You would have to do your thesis in your first year PhD. So regardless, a thesis would be required. So you can either take it as a master's or you can take it as PhD. And our PhD in psychology is also 100% online. So it's very helpful, again, for those who are international. Okay. An email for contact. Leslie, you can see my email on the screen here. C. Bennett. Literally the exact same spelling. Woo, two N's, two T's. Okay. I think I would be emailed the counseling program, school counselor, marriage and family, looking for a Catholic focus. Perfect, because our program, our master's in counseling program is also Catholic. So please reach out to me.
Indeed.
Here's the email, or reach out to Michelle. Well, what is the website that I can explore your programs for Merry Christmas, Carol. Thank you so much for coming in. It was great to meet you.
They-
Ishra, here's the website, www.divinemercy.edu. Okay, a few more minutes, but great job, Michelle.
Thank
So
you.
proud. You did it. Not
Uh,
too bad.
oh, well, I have a lot to learn.
You got this.
Merry Christmas, Carol.
Yes.
Thank you.
www.divinemercy.edu. Okay. Maybe that's better. So that's a link. So perfect. Thank you so much for coming in. Anyone else while we're here? A few more a minute or so. Yay. Thank you, Father Jack.
Thank you, Father
Awesome.
Jack.
Great job, Michelle. See, the more you do these, the easier it gets, honestly. It's not that bad.
I
Plus,
just
you
need
don't
to
have a
jump
lot of
in.
eyes on you either, so it's a little bit easier.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
It'll be easier if I just jump into classes, see, and go through it with everybody else.
you should. It's actually really fun.
hmm
It's
I've
really
done
good.
a graduate online program and I loved it, but there was not a whole lot of integration with the class and the professors. And I wish I would have known about Divine Mercy. I
Mhm.
certainly would have
Yeah.
chosen this absolutely hands down.
Honestly, one of the things I found interesting is that while you're learning about flourishing for yourself, you're also sort of like healing along the way as well,
Yes.
right? Because there's just some things that you have to
Mm-hmm.
process for yourself. And while you're learning about human behavior, how people think, do, what motivates them to make decisions, you're
Mm-hmm.
also looking at yourself. So there's a good aspect of healing in the program as well. It's not part of it's like not part of it, but flourishing is a
Yeah.
part of it, right? So it's part of it. Really
Mm.
cool. What is LPC certification? LPC is licensed professional counselor. That's if you want to get licensed as a therapist or a counselor in your state. Again, we do have a K-CREP accredited master's in counseling program that fits the education requirements of all 50 states. So if you are interested in that, let us know. Okay. I like to ask again about the classes. Michelle said classes are held on Fridays and Saturdays the whole day.
Oh,
Michelle.
no. I apologize. I may have confused you. No, though that is for the residency, which is a one-time thing. It's the seventh week into your classes. It is only one time. It's a Friday and a Saturday. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
The rest of the time it is asynchronous. A
hmm
lot of the lectures are pre-recorded. So really you can work on your own time. But there is a one-time virtual residency in your first class. Okay. Thank you all so much for coming in. Hopefully we entertained you tonight. Ishrat, no, this is not a counseling program. This is a psychology program. So you would have to look at a counseling program near you. Highly recommend a K-CREP accredited program. And we can forward your information to the Masters in Counseling Admissions Advisor. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks, Michelle. Great job.
Thank
See you
you.
later. Bye.
Take care.